What is going on there, everyone? Well, alright, the IG report finally dropped. Was it a big, huge bombshell? No, it was about what I expected. It showed plenty of instances, which we will go through a few of them. It showed plenty of instances of wrongdoing by the investigators, but it didn't do anything, you know? And this is one of the issues that I'm having with it, is the fact that this is exactly what most of us presumed would happen. Yes, it is kind of an inflammatory report. It shows that certain figures in doing the investigations, they did it wrong. They went about it completely the wrong way. There's plenty of issues we will bring up. But man, this is startling. It's very, very unnerving. You got to think, when it comes to agencies like the FBI and the CIA, they've toppled governments before. They really have. I mean, it's factual. They've toppled foreign governments all the time. That's one of the main things the CIA loves to do. But we're seeing it here. They're still currently watching these impeachment hearings. They're still trying to topple a government, except this time it's ours, because of someone they don't like, because he rubs their feelings the wrong way. There's no actual crime. They can't point to an actual factual crime. They try to manipulate it and make it seem as if there was wrongdoing when there just really wasn't. And it's fairly clear because no actions were ever taken for or against with the Ukrainian thing. So it's very strange. But here's another thing with the IG report. This is one of two investigations that were going on about this situation. Well, Durham, who's also leading his own report, has big problems with this report, this IG report. And let's get into that a little bit. From Fox News, U.S. Attorney General Durham objects to IG findings on Russia probe origins in stunning statement. Let's see what he had to say. Let me get rid of that shit. Excuse my language. The U.S. Attorney, who is conducting a wide-ranging investigation of the origins of the Trump-Russia probe, released a rare statement today, saying he disagrees with the conclusions of the so-called Pfizer report, after DOJ Inspector General Michael Horowitz found in that review that the probe's launch largely complied with the DOJ and FBI policies. Largely complied. But, you know, that word right there doesn't mean they fully complied. And that's what we need out of these institutions. Need I say more on that? Based on the evidence collected to date, and while our investigation is ongoing, last month we advised the Inspector General that we do not agree with some of the report's conclusions as to predictions on how the FBI case was opened, U.S. Attorney John Durham said in a statement. Horowitz released his report today, saying his investigators found no intentional misconduct or political bias surrounding efforts to launch that 2016 probe and to seek a highly controversial Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA, warrant to monitor foreign Trump campaign advisor Carter Page in the early months of the investigation. Still, it found that there were significant concerns with how certain aspects of the investigation were conducted and supervised. The fact that they came out and said that they found no intentional misconduct or political bias is absolutely retarded. I mean, come on. These people are mentally deranged. If they couldn't see political bias from the text messages with just Page and Strzok, come on, man. Come on. You're out of your dang mind. Anybody with eyes could see that there is clear bias there. So that's nonsensical. Straight up nonsensical. Quote, I have the utmost respect for the mission of the Office of Inspector General and the comprehensive work that went into the report prepared by Mr. Horowitz and staff, Durham said. However, our investigation is not limited to developing information from within component parts of the Justice Department. Our investigation has included developing information from other persons and entities, both in the United States and outside of the U.S. That's another thing with Durham's report. The Inspector General, he could only investigate a certain path. Durham can investigate the whole thing, the whole shebang, you know. So that Horowitz can do a much more thorough investigation. So this is going to be interesting to see what Horowitz's report comes. Is this going to change anything? Probably not, for real, because as we can see, it's still a us versus them type situation, you know? There's no conclusive anything happening. It's more bickering, which is a freaking problem for us. As Horowitz has conducted his review of the DOJ actions during the Russian probe, Durham, the U.S. Attorney for Connecticut, has also been conducting a wider inquiry into the alleged misconduct and alleged improper government surveillance on the Trump campaign during the 2016 election. Excuse me. Fox News reported in October that Durham's ongoing probe has transitioned into a full-fledged criminal investigation. Meanwhile, Attorney General William Barr ripped the FBI's intrusive investigations after the release of Horowitz's review, saying it was launched based on the thinnest of suspicions. The Investigator General's report now makes clear that the FBI launched an intrusive investigation of a U.S. presidential campaign on the thinnest of suspicions that, in my view, were insufficient to justify the steps taken, Barr said in a statement. Barr expressed frustration that the FBI continued investigating the Trump campaign even as exculpatory information came to light. It is also clear that from its inception, the evidence produced by the investigation was consistently exculpatory, Barr said. Nevertheless, the investigation and surveillance was pushed forward for the duration of the campaign and deep into President Trump's administration. Yeah, so deep it's still happening. And his first little brain fart. Yes. He's going to be investigated until he's reelected. Because he's going to be reelected. We all know this. That's why the Democrats are doing this whole impeachment thing, because they're trying anything they can do to hurt him. But what they haven't learned from all the way back in 2015 when he first started running and all that, is that even their negative news coverage boosts him up. So whatever, keep saying whatever. Keep his name in the news. You're giving him all the free press he needs. Former Special Counsel Robert Mueller acknowledged in his report that investigators did not find evidence of a conspiracy between Trump's campaign and the Russians in 2016, which the FBI probed extensively. Even though that the Democrats on the left, keep saying there was. Even though Mueller, who is not a fan of the president, found that there wasn't, yet they refuse to believe that. So they only believe things they presume to be facts, but whenever anybody else throws out any facts, they're not facts, because it goes against their narrative. Oh, I get it. Barr said that the Pfizer report shows a clear abuse of the surveillance process. In a rush to obtain and maintain Pfizer surveillance of Trump campaign associates, FBI officials misled the Pfizer court, omitting critical exculpatory facts from their filings, and suppressed or ignored information negating the reliability of their principal source, Barr said. He added the Inspector General found that the explanations given for these actions unsatisfactory. While most of the conduct identified within the Inspector General was committed in 2016-2017 by a small group of now former FBI officials, the malfeasance and misfeasance detailed in the Inspector General's report reflects a clear abuse of the FISA process. Monday's FISA report dealing with the investigation into Trump's campaign has long been expected. Horowitz in September submitted a draft of the report to Barr and the FBI so they could identify any classified information, but it had not been publicly released until now. The release comes as Washington has been consumed with impeachment inquiry into President Trump. The House Judiciary Committee is holding the inquiries. Yes, we're having the impeachments right now. I know y'all always see me point that way. It's because I got a big monitor up there with the impeachment inquiry. Nonsense going on. But let's get into some of the things that the IG did find. what Horowitz did find that he didn't care for. Now, let me move this on over here. Okay, and here's going to be some of the main things that they found that even Horowitz didn't care for. And I'm just going to do a quick rundown. I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to make this video so long. The FBI omitted information it had obtained from another U.S. government agency, Page's relationship, and worked with that agency. Omitted information the FBI had obtained from another U.S. Government agency detailing its prior relationship with Page, including that Page had been approved as an operational contact for the other agencies from 2008 to 2013, and that Page have provided information to the other agency concerning his prior contacts with certain Russian intelligence officers, one of which overlapped with facts asserted in the FISA application. Another thing. The FBI bolstered the accuracy of Christopher Steele's reporting without any real evidence or approval of Steele's handling agent. That pretty much is self-explanatory. I don't have to get into that so much. The FBI left out information that might have cast doubt on the statements of a witness Steele had even warned might be prone to embellishment. The FBI warrant falsely claimed that Steele had only shared his research with the FBI in Fusion GPS, but Steele told the FBI he had also given it to the State Department. The FBI omitted a statement from George Papadopoulos in which he denied any and all contact between the Trump team and Russia or other groups such as WikiLeaks. The FBI omitted Page's claims that he had never met former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort, disputing assertions that Page has worked for Manafort as an intermediary. The FBI cherry-picked statements from Page, using those that supported certain theories and omitted those that contradicted them. And there you go. That's just some of what I.G. Horowitz put out. And now you have Durham furthering saying that he does not. He just disagrees with the findings. And you know, one of the things I'm hearing from the grapevine is that the fact that Durham's very angry, the fact that no heads of the FBI and these departments have seen any type of examination, whether it's criminal or whatever, for their bias. And we're not going to see that. I guarantee you we will not see anybody from the FBI get in any trouble over the way they handled this or, mishandled it. We're not going to see that. These people protect them. They protect each other. They protect themselves. It's the same thing we see all the time. We've seen from way before our time up until now. These agencies protect each other. They protect themselves. I think we're kind of screwed when it comes to them. These agencies, they're too powerful. They are much too powerful. To a scary level. I mean, the surveillance is out of control already. Bush really, with the National Security Act or whatever it was that allowed them to surveil American citizens, man, that was one of the biggest mistakes and injustices upon the American people that our government's ever done. And they're going to keep doing stuff like that. Hell, they did it to a presidential campaign. They'll do it to us. But I'm going to link the whole IG report down in the link below in the description. And I'm also going to put it on the discussion board of my YouTube page. So it'll be there for y'all to read through if y'all decide to skim through it or anything. It is long. It's 476 pages. I have just skimmed the surface of it. I haven't got in depth really it just came out. It just got released. So I'm going to keep reading through it, see if I can find anything other than what the Daily Caller and Fox News and everyone's pointing out, and see if there's anything. But we will see. And now we're waiting for the Durham report to come out. Once that comes out, we'll see what that says and how they contradict each other, this, that, and the other. And if anything's actually going to be done. Because Durham has a little bit wider reach, so to say, with his investigation. He can go places and check things that the IG couldn't. So we'll see what happens. But I just fear that nothing's going to change. Things are going to keep working the way they've been going, whether it's working for us or not, unfortunately. But we will see. As always, I'd love to hear your comments on this, whether you're like me and just, even if there's clear misdoings pointed out, nothing's going to happen to anybody. These people are practically untouchable, which is sad and pathetic, and a real injustice to the American people, us little peons, as they would like to think. Or whether you think the FBI and everyone did everything the way they should have. I don't care. I'd just love to hear your opinions. Maybe we can get into some debates. But as always, like, share, and subscribe. I will catch y'all on the flip side.